My name is Marja Matinmikko-Blue, and I am Research Director of Infotech Oulu Focus Institute and Director of Sustainability and Regulation at 6G Flagship at the University of Oulu. Today I will be talking about the connection between 6G and sustainability. The Finnish 6G Flagship has a multidisciplinary research agenda. It brings together business, regulation, technology and sustainability perspectives. This is done in collaboration with academia, industry and the public sector. Sustainability, and especially the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, have been identified globally as a key driver for 6G R&D. But what is sustainability and sustainable development? In general, sustainability is the principle of ensuring that our actions today do not limit the range of economic, social and environmental options open to future generations. And sustainable development is the development that meets these needs so that we don't compromise the future generations' ability to meet their own needs. Therefore, it's important to consider these three interrelated perspectives of sustainability: economic, social and environmental. Sustainability will change the game for the ICTs. It is the key design criteria for 6G already. We will definitely see new metrics in the future. Today's indicators of mobile connectivity, where the total consumed mobile data is the indicator of leading countries, are no longer the sustainability-related criteria in the future. The world's first 6G summit in Finland in 2019, organized by the Finnish 6G Flagship, brought together experts globally to develop the world's first 6G white paper. The main conclusion there was that sustainability is the key driver for 6G R&D. A year later, in 2020, we prepared a follow-up white paper on the connection between 6G and the UN SDGs. So already for several years, we have seen 6G development driven by sustainability. But where are we now? We really are far away from that being the reality today, after all those years. The United Nations Sustainable Development Goals should be achieved by the year 2030, which is also the target year for 6G deployments. The connection between the ICTs and the UN SDGs is only through a handful of targets out of the 169 targets of the whole framework, and only a handful of indicators, 7 indicators out of 230 indicators. But in reality, the ICTs, 5G, 6G, all ICT technologies and services, they play a key role to support the enablement of achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. 6G's role in the sustainable development is very complex. To simplify it, I am using this dual role. First, the enablement effect, enabling role. ICTs, future 6G systems, they can help different sectors of society towards becoming more sustainable, becoming more environmentally sustainable, socially sustainable via the use and deployment of these ICT services and systems. And that has to be in an economically feasible manner. This handprint effect can help different sectors of society to reach their sustainability targets that are set by regulations, either now or in the future. The second role is the 6G's own impact on sustainability. Burden on the environment, burden on social aspects, burden on economics. We could solve all the sustainability challenges in the world, social sustainability challenges, environmental sustainability challenges, if we had endless amounts of money available. But economics places the real restrictions on our work. So the role of 6G and ICTs, it's a dual role. It has a role for emitting and consuming less itself, as well as to absorb and enable more in other sectors. We are in the starting phase now. We really need to identify the metrics, indicators, how these are measured, the enablement effect and the own sustainability burden. Some of them already exist. Also methodologies to assess this so that we can have fair comparisons between different opportunities. And also requirements. What will be the actual requirements for 6G? They will be defined in the coming years. Overall, it's about solving major sustainability challenges by sustainable solutions. 6G will be a very powerful measurement tool. It combines different capabilities together with the communications capability, sensing, locationing, imaging, providing a hyperlocal measuring tool. At the same time, 6G's own resource consumption and the whole architecture should be designed in a manner that maximizes the use of resources and minimizes the environmental impact. This impacts the optimization of collection of data, processing of data, what should be done in which parts of the network, including the devices and the future devices that we don't even know what they will look like. Energy efficiency is a design criteria. It's been that for several years already, but now it really is the driver for 6G. Energy efficiency improvements alone are not enough. Total energy consumption is what matters, and we should aim at reducing the total energy consumption. This calls for new techniques to measure end-to-end the consumptions, as well as techniques to improve the usage. Sharing of data and methods between sectors. ICT sector is not alone attempting to make sustainability impact. A lot of activities are ongoing in other sectors between different stakeholders, and using this information will be critical. And finally, the challenge of connecting the unconnected. It's been a real challenge for a long time. It also has to be taken into account in the 6G development so that there would be affordable solutions to support social sustainability. In our white paper work from 2020, we saw a threefold role for 6G. It can strengthen the world by reinforcing ecosystems according to the sustainability principles. It can empower people through services and solutions for individuals and society. It can sense the environment by this hyperlocal granularity measurement tool. Then key stakeholders, who should act and how? End users are really critical players here. Today, end users do not know the sustainability impact of the choices that they make, not the phones they buy or the different connections that they're using. This information is not available for the end users. In the future, there is the need to provide transparency into the operations so that consumers can make informed choices. Governments are fundamental in the sustainability part. They will set the requirements. They set the requirements on ICTs, including the 6G. What are these sustainability-based new requirements on 6G are unknown. Research organizations play a key role in providing unbiased research results and being the facilitator of stakeholder interactions. ICT industry develops the solutions, deploys the solutions. They are the key player there. But it's not only them who should be allowed to define what sustainability means. As a matter of fact, they develop those solutions based on the requirements set to them. And then finally, verticals. The enablement effect especially depends on the verticals' use of the new technology. Their needs need to be considered in the process very early on. So sustainability and sustainable development, they mean the economic, social and environmental options open to future generations. What we do now, or what our systems do, should not limit those opportunities open to future generations. Sustainability is a key design criteria and driver for 6G R&D. We know that that is the case, but it has not translated into clear design criteria yet. It should be done in the coming years by translating them into concrete requirements for sustainability. And as a matter of fact, it is our joint responsibility as everybody involved in this field that we integrate the sustainability principles into all aspects of 6G R&D, in all life cycles, starting from this research and development phase. Concrete parts where sustainability and 6G development need to meet are to define the critical metrics and indicators, how to assess environmental sustainability, social sustainability, and economic sustainability. And then the methods, how to assess these. Even the total energy consumption or end-to-end energy consumption of the future system requires a lot of effort, not to mention the techniques and architectures and optimizations to reduce this consumption. This calls for collaboration between the different stakeholders. In fact, we need the measurement data. We need the real data that the companies and corporations have about the usage of today's solutions in order to develop more sustainable futures for the future. The developers need access to real-life data so that they can develop better solutions for the future. End users will want to know their sustainability impact so that they can make informed choices. This includes consumers and the verticals in different sectors of society. Decision makers, they keep asking how should 6G be regulated, what sustainability requirements should be defined. We need to help them in defining proper metrics to assess sustainability of the future next generation 6G systems as a joint effort between academia, industry and the public sector. Thank you. This concludes my presentation about connecting 6G with sustainability. Thank you.